Hey guys, it's me, DragonLi here, back with another video. And in today's video, we're back in the Libop Little Base on the Prairie Arc Mobile server. We are going to be looking at doing a beginner's guide for Arc Mobile. That's right. I remember as clear as day, the very first server I was ever in was pretty much full of beginners and no one really knew what was to be done. Like, even soothing bombs were considered extremely rare, but now it's just kind of like, come on. So yeah, we are going to be doing a beginner's guide because, believe me, I wish that I found a good one that covered everything that you will need to know with Arc Mobile. So let's get into it. The first thing we need to go over is totally engram points. For the new players, engram points are these things here. Let me just show them on the screen. These things. So when you are wanting to craft something, all of the ones that are not unlocked should look like the wall torch there. The ones that are all faded out. And the ones that you have unlocked should look kind of like they should look clear as day. What I want to go over with the engram points is not like you don't have unlimited points. You have roughly 3,000 points, not even in total. And they're all spread out when you level up. And you do not have enough engram points to unlock everything inside of this thing here. You should definitely only unlock the engrams that are needed. So, of course, when you begin, you have to at least unlock all of the engrams until level 10. And then after that, you have to be really, really picky, choosy of what you want to unlock. So, if we go back into the engrams, all the way from 1 to 10, you have these things. 10, you don't really need to unlock any of that because those are all pretty much useless animals. Maybe the Phiomia, but still. So you need the campfire to cook food for yourself because berries are not going to be sufficient. You need the wooden club to knock out a dodo to finish the quest, a sleeping bag so you can sleep or just so you can set your spawn. You need the hatchet to gather wood and the cloth for pursuits to get XP. You need the spear and you definitely need the thatch stuff so you can unlock the rest of these things in the future. So the things that you should not unlock and are not necessary, really, multi-panel flag, training dummy, parasaur saddle, carbonine saddle. I know that when you're taming something, it can be really, really, really exciting to tame your first dinosaur, but you know what? You need to wait until you can score big, and that was my biggest mistake because I wasted all of my time on taming a dino that was not needed at all. So, yeah. I'm going to say right now, do not unlock any engrams that you might think are useless. Like, unlock the narcotics, mortar, pestle, and all that because that's mandatory, but do not unlock anything useless because you do not need it, and it's just gonna make your arc experience a lot more difficult. The next thing we need to go over is you need to start farming as soon as possible. As soon as you unlock the crop beds, as soon as you unlock all of the needed stuff to start farming, you need to start. Because later when you start breeding, you're going to need this stuff to make kibble, and you're going to need it to make other recipes, and it's going to be a huge pain when you don't have it on hand. So let's get into how you would actually start farming. So if we go down here, you can see, If you go down here, you can see we have this tube here. This is irrigation. Irrigation is basically how you're going to bring the water up to your plants, because just like in real life, plants need water. They cannot survive without water. So the first step is to definitely set up irrigation. You're going to need, first of all, to get the water, you're going to need an intake pipe. the water intake pipe. Then you're going to need any sort of irrigation pipe, most commonly just the diagonal or the horizontal one. And you are going to need the tabs, no matter what. This is how the water will be dispersed to your plants, and you are going to need that as soon as possible. Next step to planting is you are going to need to get a Phiomia. You don't need a Phiomia, but it makes the job 100 times easier. And what you want to do is you want to get Majo berries and stem berries. Why you need the Majo berries is because the Majo berries actually, they prevent your pig from becoming too parched. And this is definitely needed. You're going to spam feed it the stem berries, and when you start spam feeding it and you have Majo berries in its inventory, you will receive a lot of poop, and that is definitely useful. All right here. To make fertilizer, which is needed for your plants, you're going to need a compost bin. And in order to make fertilizer, you're going to need to go into your compost bin, and it costs 50 thatch per fertilizer. You're going to need 3 poop and 50 thatch to make 1 fertilizer. And this doesn't last a very long time inside of your crop plot, so you're going to need to make them a lot. And it's a lot of work to continually make a farm. So I recommend just getting a few stacks and then stopping it and then starting your farm up again when you can, because it's definitely time consuming. So yeah, that is basically how to farm. Alrighty, we are going to move on to the soothing bombs. Oh my god, so many people think that these are hard to get. I was one of these people. I thought that these things were incredibly difficult to get. But in reality, they're not. They're actually so easy. And let me just explain what a soothing bomb is. A soothing bomb, basically when you're taming a creature and you apply it to its inventory, it does a boost on the taming bar every single bite. So these are incredibly useful and are really amazing to have when you're taming something. I do not tame anything without a soothing bomb. They're just that good. Let's see here. The one that you can get without having to pay Amber is the 10x boost. So it's the mediocre one. It's the middle one compared to the Amber one and the other Amber one. So it's the middle of both, and it's free, and it's actually easy to get. The ones you can get in the Amber shop or the major soothing bombs, these do a 15x taming boost and are definitely ideal for those high-level creatures. So if you're taming like a Griffin or a Giga, get a 15x because they're pretty useful. And if you really just want to tame like an RG or something, use a minor soothing bomb. It does a 3x taming boost. It's not that good, but it does the job quickly and efficiently. So let's get on to how you get this bomb. If you look in the map here, you can see there are a lot of caves that you can get bomb from. If I'm not mistaken, there is a chance to get soothing bomb in every single cave on this map. But the ones that are definitely most common are South Cave right there. I will zoom in on the thing right there. And Central Cave, I'd say right there, but pretty much the Hunter Cave. And that will give you a 1x bomb, a 10x bomb pretty much every single time you do it. If you're not, you're just unlucky. Other caves like the Poison Cave, which is probably the hardest cave on the entire map, gives 3 10x bombs, but it's kind of rare. But I usually farm my bombs in this cave here, the Hunter Cave, and that is definitely where I recommend for you guys to get your bombs. It's one of the easiest cave in the game, and it gives some pretty good loot for starting off. So yeah, bombs are not as hard as people say they are to get, and I actually think that you could get them quite fast at a low level. Moving on to electricity. Electricity is one of the things that you're going to need at some point, 100%. Electricity is not as hard, again, as people think. And some people actually think that it's a pain in the butt to keep fueling these power generators, but But actually, they're not that hard at all. Honestly, I have one here that powers up my entire base. One that powers up all the way to those battlements over there. And it's this power generator, because I have what's called an electric cable that goes all the way around my base. Even in here, it goes all around. So yeah, this is the only power generator I have, and your goal is to have the least amount of power generators possible, because yes, the more generators you have, the more maintenance it is. So having one is pretty useful. You're going to need the power generator, obviously, electric cable, and electric junction box. Nothing will be powered without an electric junction box. How you know this works is when you have an electric junction box nearby something that needs some power, like for example, the refrigerators, you will see that it has a electric kind of symbol right there. And how you know it's powered is if there is not a red line crossing it. If there's a red line crossing it, it's not going to work. So you have to make sure that your power generator is turned on and that the junction box is pretty close. As you can see, you see these lines going towards it. That means that it's powered. Make sure that it's on again, and yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know about this kind of power generator, because it's incredibly useful, and again, you only have to fill up the gas like once a week, so it's not even that hard. So yeah, electric cable, not as hard as it seems. 100% recommend. Get this as soon as you can. Next thing we are going to be discussing is breeding and raging. This is something that you're probably going to want to do, because it is one of the best things and the most enjoyable things to do in Arc when you pretty much have enough to do. So let's get into that. As you can see, I have a pretty active hatchery with some griffins going on here, of course going on here, some griffins over here. There's it's almost ready, and here. So let's get into some of the stuff that you might need to know. Number one is breeding in general. So, let's get into the main kind of source. Let's find something quickly to breed up so I can show you guys what exactly breeding is done. Okay. Let's start off with the wrestling. There's a few ways to breed. One of them is a tame pen, but I don't think my Rensi will be able to fit in that pen, so we're just going to do this old-fashioned way. What you have to do is you have to make sure both tames, you have to be one male and one female, and have to say can mate, spayed or neutered, cannot breed. Let's get into this. You want to make sure that both of them say enable boundary. And as soon as this happens, you want to spam whistle stop. And as you will see, the mating bar will go up. And you have to keep doing this until the bar is completely at 100%. Then the tame will be dropping an egg. Once you have that egg, or if it's a mammal, it will say gestation process, and just basically like an egg, but you don't need an air conditioner, so just take it into your hatchery or whatever. But once you have an egg over here, you have to make sure you have either a campfire, some torches, or an air conditioner. This is one of the most important things that you need to know. All right, these are my air conditioners. What you want to do is you want to plop the egg right down next to the generator, and it will say incubation time. And what you have to do is you have to wait until the incubation time is at 0. Then the egg or thing will be born, and you claim it by pressing the skull icon, and it will say claim. And yeah, that's basically on breeding and hatching. A very nice tip to have when breeding and hatching is pheromones. You can go into the item shop, go under pheromones here, and a carnivore pheromone, herbivore pheromone. They're kind of expensive, but What it does is you don't have to whistle stop. You just put the pheromone in, put them on wandering, and leave it until it's done. Also increases the breeding speed and lowers incubation time. Also helps with the chance of mutations, twins, and stuff. So it's very, very good. I really like them. And we also have unicorns. Unicorns also boost the chances of mutations and twins. So to have one in your hatchery, it's pretty good. Moving on, when dinos are hatched, what you want to do is it'll say, whatever, you want to put food in its inventory to make sure it doesn't starve, because you have to make sure that it doesn't starve. You have to get on kind of a lot to make sure that you can replenish its food. As you can see, this one says wants to cuddle in 3 minutes, and there will be a timer, roughly around 3 hours per thing. If you have a cuddle bear in its inventory, though, it will actually lower that time until 20 minutes. So you definitely want to take one of those. This one here wants trike, egg, kibble. This one wants to cuddle, and this one wants to walk. All you have to do is come over to the tame and do whatever it says. I just tapped this one, and the imprinting bar went up until 72%. So let's get on to the next thing, kibble, because your dino can either want kibble to walk or to be cuddled. Cuddling is definitely the easiest, walking as well. If you need kibble, you could be in trouble early game, but there's a few ways to get kibble. You could make it with the egg. See, this one's Gallimimus egg. Right now we need a trike egg, so let's grab that. Okay, you can also get it with the chef station, but that requires amber, and yeah. So over here, all we have to do is put the kibble in its inventory, feed it, and then take it out. And now this baby is 100% imprinted, 6% matured. That is great. I'm just going to replenish food. Yep, that is basically how you imprint. Kibble, that will be a whole other video, but kibble is definitely something that you will need to know. What else? Mutations is the last thing. Mutations can either be stat mutations or color mutations. It's gonna be safe to say most of these are not color mutations. I've actually dyed them with potent dust. That will be another video. Over here, this one is dyed with potent dust, but you can check to see if there's a mutation by going here and then pressing ancestry. And then once that's pressed, you can see random mutations at the top. There's no mutations. Over here, though, we have the Equus. Over here, I'm just gonna imprint it. Beautiful, 100% imprinted. This baby Equus over here, we press ancestry, has roughly 190 mutations. So yeah, and one of them is actually the Equus mutation, which is green, lime, colored. So you can get color mutation or stat mutation. This is a color mutation, and there are some stat mutations as well. So this is definitely a great tame here. Yeah, so that's basically the gist of breeding. Let's move on to the next one. Lastly, for now, we have eerie creatures. Let's get into that. Okay, so why, you might be wondering, why are some creatures beautifully glowing rainbow and others just normal? Well, let's get into that. Essentially, eerie creatures are dinosaurs that have been revived from the dungeon or have been made with the tech kibble processor. What you have to do with the creatures in the dungeon is kill them, take their creature implant, which is this thing right here, take it out, leave the dungeon, you keep the implant, enter the reviving platform area, and stick it in here, and then press resurrect, and it will cost a certain amount of amber, so keep that in mind. Once tamed, you will have a rainbow creature. The other way to get these creatures is to simply go into the tech kibble processor, which is not here anymore. The tech kibble processor, which, if I'm not mistaken, is actually right up here. Yep, this thing here. Tech cable processor. The only way to get the tech cable processor is through the dungeon, because that's where you get tech blueprints. Costs element, which you also get from the dungeon to craft. Once you do, you also have to power it with element and take a creature implant of a dead animal and kibble, and then press process with the element, and you will have a chance of receiving an eerie implant. And what you have to do then is the same thing: revive it, tame it, and boom, you have an eerie creature. Some creatures, like the Quetzal up there, is with tech cable processor, but most of them are actually from the dungeon. So yeah, not too hard. Yeah, so there's no need to wonder about that. They're actually not that hard to get, actually. Yeah, let's move on to the outro. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Of course, if you have any more questions about Arc Mobile, like beginners and stuff, I will make another video, like a part 2, if I get enough people asking for more questions and how to do things. This is just the basic stuff. If you think that I missed something, please comment. I will be sure to make another part. Yeah. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, because it really helps me. Hopefully we can get to 100 by the end of the month. That would make me very happy, and it would pretty much motivate me a lot more to make videos. So please make sure you can help me make that happen. Share the video, do whatever, because it really helps me out a lot. Thank you. Yeah, if you have any other video requests, please let me know. I would love to do what you guys would like to watch. Yeah. Again, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. Turn on that turn on the post bell notification, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.